What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Expanding Universes, where today we go over the story, the fan favorite story, What If Goku Married Bulma? In the last part, we went over the Goku Black saga of things, and how that Zamasu didn't only just take over Goku's body, but also Piccolo's body, but that also Piccolo in the story was able to restore our version of Zamasu. Now we enter the Tournament of Power, so let's see how the universes stack against our powerful Universe 7. Let's get straight into it. When preparing for the Tournament of Power, Piccolo would be the first one to know, as he would be currently training in the world of the Kais with Zamasu. The Grand Priest would arrive to invite Piccolo and the gods to the Zen exhibition, with Piccolo being curious to why they aren't participating, but the Grand Priest would state that Universe 6 and Universe 9 fell short in mortal count, while Universe 7 had great improvements. The Kais and Beerus would breathe a sigh of relief and pat Piccolo on the shoulder. The group would go with Zamasu returning back to Universe 9 as they would spectate, with Champa having hit Kaba and Magetta in the Zen exhibition, with them winning. They would all then hear about the rules for the Tournament of Power, and Piccolo would be in charge of gathering the best team for Universe 7. Before leaving, Piccolo wouldn't see Toppo fight, as Toppo wouldn't be angered by any of Universe 6. Zamasu would return to his universe, but before he leaves, Piccolo goes to him and tells him that he has come a long way and is much stronger, but will remind Zamasu that there is more to meet the eye with mortals. Zamasu would remain quiet and would nod, as he would leave with Rumshi. We then flash forward to where Beerus tells Goku and his children about the Tournament of Power, with Goku being excited by this, but his daughter would push Goku out of the way, with the same level of excitement being even brighter than Goku's. She would beg her father with puppy dog eyes to allow her to compete. She has been waiting so long to fight on her own, with Goku sweating as he would look over to a stern-eyed Bulma. Piccolo would say that having Bra enter the tournament wouldn't be too bad of an idea, as she is much stronger than the other humans. Bulma would tell Goku and Gohan that if her daughter is in such a high-risk tournament, then they must keep her safe at all times. Goku and Gohan would promise this, and Bra would be added to the roster. Piccolo would then recruit Vegeta, and would ask the Kais the permission to utilize the Time Ring to recruit Future Silk. After running the idea through Zeno would allow this, as it sounded like fun. Future Zeno would hear about this, and would ask to watch this tournament too. Piccolo would be sweating buckets in the presence of now 2 Zenos? Why do you think it was a good idea to go back to the future? Back with Goku, he would have recruited Roshi, Tien, and Krillin. There would be 9 members so far, and they would be making great time, so Piccolo would have the team begin to train with each other. This time, Piccolo would be the team captain of Universe 7, as he was more involved this time around. Piccolo would have the team match up with each other and train. Vegeta would be training Bra to make her more disciplined in battle and less careless like her father is. The humans would train with each other, as Goku and Piccolo would train with each other as well. Before everyone would begin training, Gohan would go to recruit the last fighter, who would be Android 17. Gohan would remember that 17 had helped out against Majin Buu way back when, and he would train alongside Silk. The group would train with each other, with them all then heading to the Tournament of Power. Once everyone would arrive, Goku and the other participants would notice the overwhelming presence from Jiren, with Goku trying to confront Jiren, but Piccolo would tell Goku to hang back, as Jiren may be the mortal who has surpassed his god of destruction. This would excite Goku, but Goku would remember his promise to Bulma and would look out for his kids first, competition later. With this mindset, things in the tournament would be different. Goku wouldn't be as carefree as he would have to look over his friends and family, with Gohan doing the same. Universe 6 would be targeted by Universe 9, with all the fighters trying to defeat Hit, but Hit would be able to knock them all out of the ring after a little bit of resistance. Vegeta, on the other hand, would be reveling in battle spirits, as he would be going around knocking opponents out left and right. Zamasu would notice that Universe 7's forces would be far superior than his, so he would keep an eye on his fighters, which means Universe 10 would stay in much longer. Silk would soon enough be approached by Zamasu, and Zamasu would want to get rid of her first because of how well she has been a support to her team. This match will remind Silk of how her Zamasu was stronger and that she wasn't able to defeat him, but this Zamasu would be a different story. Zamasu would clash with Silk as Silk would create her own Keyblades to counter Zamasu's. Zamasu would actually trust his teammates and they would be able to pose issues for Silk, and Silk would find herself falling towards the edge. But she wouldn't quit, as her father Krillin would jump in the battle and face off against the other fighters, and to defend his daughter. Silk would then burst into her ultimate form, and Zamasu would fire a holy wrath towards her, but she would split it in half, as she would create a Keyblade, which would be created from the Destructo Disc, and he would knock out Zamasu and his teammates with a split Kamehameha alongside her father. Zamasu would accept his defeat and wish Universe 7 and Silk luck, as his universe would be erased. A quarter of the tournament would go by, with events pretty much staying the same, with minor details being changed, like Goku meeting Toppo for the first time, and also having to take care of his kids. Even with Goku promising to BULMA that he would look after Bra would notice her father's eagerness and would persuade Goku to go on into the battle on his own. Gohan would motion a thumbs up to his father, ensuring the safety of his sister, and Goku would leave off. Krillin actually wouldn't be knocked out, as future Silk would save her father from Frost, but because Silk never met Frost, he would be able to make an escape. This would result in Roshi being eliminated after seeing that he wouldn't be able to stay within the ring after being satisfied by his progress. We soon enough flash over to when Jiren faces off against Goku, with Piccolo watching on intently. Goku would be pushed to his full power, which would be his Super Saiyan Blue evolution, with this power tripping up Jiren, and Jiren would have to use more strength than he did in canon, but the result would be the same, and Goku would be out of options. Gohan and Bra would notice this, and would wonder if they should interfere, but Piccolo would stop them, telling them that Jiren is leagues beyond them all, and they need to trust Goku. Goku would prepare one last attack, and power up his strongest Kamehameha, which Jiren would try to block, and it would seem like Jiren would gotten taken out, but it would show that Jiren was still way ahead, and Jiren would knock Goku out. Before knocking Goku out of the ring, something would happen to Goku, as he would be able to utilize Ultra Instinct Omen. Their fight would go on just as normal, except Goku would gas out a little bit quicker because he didn't have the Spirit Bomb to re-energize him. Piccolo, alongside Bra and Gohan, would go on to find Goku, and Piccolo would heal Goku back to full strength. This means that Goku going forward would be more vitalized, and because of this, he would be able to knock out opponents thinking that he was weakened. One of those opponents would be Caulifla, who would be coming back for a rematch, but this time around, Bra would take the front line and defend her father. She would show off her own Super Saiyan 2 against Caulifla, and the two would go toe-to-toe. Bra's hybrid potential would keep her in the battle with Caulifla, but Caulifla would be very savage and wild. Bra would have a ton of trouble, and Goku would be getting worried about his daughter, and would try to jump in, but Bra would shout towards her father to let her prove herself, or fall trying. Bra would have a brawl with Caulifla, and the battle would be equal, but Kale would jump in to help Caulifla, and then Goku would jump in too. Goku would tell his daughter that he's so proud of her, but now he has to jump in. Kale and Caulifla would put up a hard fight, but Goku being at 100% would surpass the odds. Goku and Bra would knock the two to the edge and will fire off a father-daughter Kamehameha, which would eliminate the two. The remaining forces of Universe 2 would then challenge Goku, 17, and Vegeta, but they would be eliminated as the rest of Universe 6 would be 2 by Piccolo, Gohan, and Bra. The invisible fighters would then come out of the shadows and eliminate an off-guard Krillin and Bra. 17 would be able to track down the fighter and kick them out as well, as Piccolo would knock out the other fighter who would be creating illusions. Oniranza would then be released, as Dr. Pepperoni would get his readings that Goku has been healed. Oniranza would be a large nuisance for the fighters, and he would be very close to knocking out 17, but because of Silk, she'd be able to teleport them back to the ring. They all then transform into their full power states, and they would be able to eliminate Oniranza. This time, Universe 7 would have more fighters, as these fighters would have been stronger this time around. It would then be the Pride Troopers against future Silk, Piccolo, Gohan, Goku, Vegeta, and 17. Goku would take on Jiren once again, but Piccolo this time, after watching Jiren in action against Goku and Hit, would decide it is best to join Goku at the end. Future Silk and Vegeta would face off against Dispo, and the two would have a lot of trouble against Dispo's speed, and especially Dispo's light speed mode. Vegeta would transform into Super Saiyan 4 against Dispo, and Dispo would tell him that nothing would be able to deal with his light speed mode, with Vegeta commenting on how it's funny how Dispo thinks Super Saiyan 4 is his limit. Dispo would look on confused, but then surprised, as Vegeta would power up once again, with nothing seeming different other than the fact that Vegeta's aura would be brighter than before. Vegeta would tell Dispo that he doesn't need power-ups from the gods in the face of a perfected Super Saiyan 4. Vegeta would unleash his full-powered Super Saiyan 4, and the power from it would make Dispo wince in pain. And this would give Silk enough time to use paralysis to freeze Dispo for Vegeta and Silk to punch him out of the ring. Gohan and 17 wouldn't struggle as badly against Toppo, mainly because Gohan has fought alongside 17 in the past. Gohan would power up into his Super Saiyan 4, with Toppo showing respect to him in 17, but would tell the two that he has to guarantee his universe's survival no matter what. Toppo would utilize his full power and would trip up Gohan in 17. Gohan would be surprised that he was being tested so much, and would decide that he needs to dig deeper and unleash his new power. This power wouldn't be full power Super Saiyan 4, but rather a hybrid power of the gods in the form of Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4. The God-infused Super Saiyan 4 would be able to turn the tides on the battle, with Toppo being eliminated, with Gohan guaranteeing that they will bring back all of the universes. Toppo would feel comfort in this, and would gain a large level of respect for Gohan. Jiren would be angered by Toppo and Dispo by being eliminated by such weaklings, and he would go full power, but this time instead of being more reserved, he was angered and would pounce on the Universe 7 fighters. He would start by eliminating Silk, as she has been a big nuisance, and then would go straight for 17, but 17 would be able to hold his ground long enough. The others would jump into the fight, with their powers together posing an issue for Jiren. Piccolo would unleash his orange Piccolo state, but would tell Goku that Jiren is still too strong, so he wants to offer an alternative. He would offer the Spirit Bomb, but Goku would say it's too risky, as Jiren doesn't seem like he was going to play around anymore. Piccolo would tell Goku to trust his instincts and delve back into Ultra Instinct one more time to hold off Jiren with the others. Goku would try his best with this, and begin to calm his thoughts, but Super Saiyan Blue evolution wasn't going to allow him to be calm, as its form is fueled by pressure. Goku would drop down to Super Saiyan God, with Vegeta and Gohan being extremely confused until they would notice what Goku was trying to do. 17 would set up barriers around the fighters once Jiren would come in too close. This would begin to annoy Jiren, and Jiren would go straight in and knock 17 out cold. Jiren would then redirect his focus to Gohan and would rush forward until he'd be kicked away. Jiren would look over annoyed to then see Goku utilizing Ultra Instinct once more. Vegeta and Gohan would smirk, but wouldn't be out of the battle just yet, as they would help Goku more as supporters this time around. Piccolo would finish preparing the Spirit Bomb and would tell the others to move, and Goku would grab the two and zip away in time, as Piccolo would throw the Spirit Bomb down. Jiren would then look up and then catch the bomb, with Orange Piccolo then beginning to struggle. Jiren would burst out his aura, with him then beginning to push the Spirit Bomb back, step by step forward, by saying that he is not going to fall. Orange Piccolo would begin to sweat by the sheer power of Jiren, with him then telling himself that he's been telling everybody they need to push past their limits, but now it's his time to, as now he needs to risk it all. He would then burst his aura out, and stack the Kaioken on top of his orange Piccolo form. Jiren's legs would be getting drilled into the ground of the arena as he would be getting pushed back. The others would then rise up and push with Piccolo, and Jiren's uniform would tear off as the pressure would be too much. Jiren would then ponder to himself, asking if this is what trust really is. The arena below Jiren would then break, and Jiren would fall out as the bomb would then explode, and Jiren would be eliminated. Piccolo would notice that before they eliminated Jiren, Goku's hair would flash into a white-silver color. Could this be the true form of Ultra Instinct? Universe 11 would be erased, and the Zenos would give the wish to Goku, mainly because they like him more, and Goku would look towards his daughter and son, and would smile as he would wish for the universes to be brought back. Everyone would then return to Earth and celebrate their win. Whis during the celebration would tell Goku that his body was very fortunate enough to experience Ultra Instinct, but it wasn't complete, and further training with himself could rectify that. Goku would be excited by this and would accept Whis' proposal, but he would tell Whis that he wants to take some time off first to enjoy his time with his family. Whis would accept this after hearing that Bulma is planning to take the Briefs on a vacation. Piccolo would take Silk back to the future and would thank her for her efforts, and if anything happens and a tournament happens in her timeline, he wouldn't be far from a call. She would thank Piccolo for the opportunity and would head back. Piccolo would head back to trading after seeing Goku utilize Ultra Instinct. He wouldn't be planning on falling behind anytime soon. And with that, we'll leave the story off for right now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. This tournament of Power Part was a lot different than my normal ones, where I like to be expansive about it, but this time, I wanted to keep it short and simple, especially for this great story. So if you guys like this format, make sure you guys comment down below. With that all out of the way, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and later!